Clarissa. The witch was Anya's mother all along. That's why she lied to protect her before she died. It all made so much sense. The witch knew so much about our family because she was Anya's mother the entire time. She had so much information about us because of Anya. She must have sent her into our lives to destroy our family. It was a sick, twisted plan that started years ago when Anya first entered our lives. Was this the reason that Damon, Atticus, and Dante think she was their mate? It would explain so much. It would explain why Atticus fell in love with Autumn and found out that she was his true mate. It would explain my feelings for Damon and his feelings for me. Anya was never their mate to begin with. Did this mean that Damon was mine? I've always felt such a strong connection to him, but I thought it would be impossible for him to be my mate when Anya was his. Now I realize that all along, he was mine. He's been mine this entire time. This would mean that Dante only loved her because of a spell as well. Anya would be a witch just like her mother. She must have used a spell on all of them. She'd hidden so much from us. Why did we ever accept her into our lives? Why did we allow her to cause so much trouble for us? What else was she planning? She must have been plotting something else after her mother was killed. Her mother's plan to get rid of us had failed. She would want to finish the job for her. I had all the proof I needed to expose her to everyone, but I needed to get to them before the wedding began. I'm a friend of your sister, I explain. She's getting married to someone close to me today. Her eyes widened. Married? She demanded. That's impossible. Anya wouldn't keep something that big from me. She doesn't realize how much her sister has been keeping from her. There was so much more. I didn't have the time to explain everything to her. I had to take her with me so that she could see what her sister had been up to. If you come with me, I can show you that I'm not lying to you, I tell her. The wedding is happening at my home as we speak. I need to get back there right away. She bites her lip nervously as she looks around. Anya never likes it when I leave home. I'm sure she can understand this one time why you had to leave, I tell her. She still looks uncertain, but eventually nods her head. It was time to get back home. It was time to expose Anya. Damon. What are you doing here? Anya demands when she sees me. You're not supposed to be here. Are you impatient to see what I look like in my wedding dress? I didn't know how to tell her that the wedding was off. I didn't know how to say it without hurting her feelings. Since when have I ever made such bad decisions that affected everyone around me? Every decision of mine recently has been extremely stupid. We need to talk, I tell her gently. Her eyes narrow. We don't have time to talk, Damon. The ceremony is about to start, and I don't want to be late. I swallow and take a look around me. I couldn't even look her in the eyes. I mutter a few silent curses under my breath. What's wrong? She asks when she realizes my weird behavior. I don't know how to tell you this, Anya, but there isn't going to be a ceremony. I finally say, I'm sorry. This wedding can't happen today. Her mouth opens as her eyes widen. What the hell do you mean by that? Of course, there's going to be a wedding. I'm in a white dress. A white dress, Damon. There are hundreds of guests outside waiting to see us get married. I don't care what you have to say to me. We're going out there, and we will be married by the end of today. I run a hand down my face and try to remain calm. At least one of us needed to be calm under these circumstances. However, I still felt this unsettling feeling in my chest, which had nothing to do with Anya. I was worried about Clarissa. I needed to know if she'd gotten herself into trouble again. I needed to know if Atticus had found her. Does this have anything to do with Clarissa? She shouts suddenly. Her words have shocked me to my core. Why did she ask about Clarissa? Did she already know that she was the woman I was in love with? Or did she mean something else? I had to find out. Why are you asking about Clarissa at a time like this? I ask hesitantly. I was anxious and even more uneasy than I was before. No one was supposed to know this. No one. How could I protect Clarissa if Anya knew about our secret? You didn't think I would notice how you stare at her like she's the last woman on earth, she demands. Do you think I'm stupid? Do you think I'm blind? I've seen the way the two of you look at each other. It makes me sick to my stomach. She's your sister, for crying out loud. I've always thought that Clarissa was the only sick one running after you, But when you confessed to me that night about having another woman in your heart, I knew that you felt the same way. I knew that it wasn't just her. I wanted to believe that you loved me. I wanted to believe that you wanted to marry me. Now I knew that you had this planned all along. You never loved me. You never cared about me. She's all you've ever cared about, and you know it. I take a step towards her in horror. You knew all along? All this time, you knew she was the woman I was talking about. I couldn't stomach this fact. She knew, and she pretended like she didn't. Why? Why would she say nothing? How could she still be willing to marry me after knowing this? Of course, I knew. Why didn't you say anything? I asked her. What do I do now? Do I beg her not to say anything? I was hoping that you wouldn't do something stupid like this. She hissed. If you don't marry me today, I will make sure that every single person knows the truth about you and Clarissa. I will announce to the world that you're in love with your sister. I'll make sure that everyone knows she loves you too. Your family's name will be all over. I hope you make the right decision, Damon. Damon. What the hell did she just say to me? Was she going to blackmail me into marrying her? This wasn't the Anya that I knew and cared about. Since when has she been this way? I know that you're hurt. I try to reason with her. I know you don't mean anything you just said to me. You're trying to hurt me for hurting you, and that's understandable. I know that this must be hard for you, Anya. I never wanted to hurt you. I've always been conflicted over my feelings. I could never tell what I wanted. I decided to marry you for the wrong reasons. I should have never asked you to marry me. I should have never made you think there was a chance for us to be husband and wife. I know I was wrong. I know that I deserve to be punished. I take another step towards her. I would do anything for her to stop this madness. I couldn't let her go through with this threat. Please don't punish Clarissa for something that I did. I was wrong. I was the one that hurt you. I was the one that betrayed you. She had nothing to do with anything. She's innocent. Please don't do this. I beg her. If I had to go down on my knees, I would. Her jaw clenched as she glared at me. Look at how pathetic you look right now, begging for a woman that you could never be with. Society will never allow the two of you to be together. Everyone will turn against you. When you turn your back, everyone will laugh at the two of you. They will scorn both of you. Your lives will be over for good. If you care about Clarissa at all, you will marry me. I'm sure that's why you even agreed to marry me, wasn't it? To protect her. You did it all for her. Nothing was ever for me. I knew she was right. She was saying everything that I was afraid of. I agree that the wedding wasn't because I wanted to marry you, I confess. But I have loved you in the past. I have cared for you. You know this. My feelings may have changed recently, but I've always protected you from everyone and everything. I know my actions in the past don't make up for all the wrong I've done recently, but please, if you cared about me at all, don't hurt Clarissa. She folds her arms over her chest stubbornly. I already told you. Once you agree to marry me, I will keep my mouth shut. No one will ever have to know about you and Clarissa. The secret will die with me. You'll be my husband, and I'll be your wife. You'll forget about her, and she will forget about you. My hands tightened into fists at my sides. Are you okay with marrying a man that doesn't love you? You said yourself that I was sick for wanting to be with Clarissa. Why do you still want to be with someone like me? She took a step towards me and buried her hands in my hair. I couldn't move even an inch. I was too worried that I would do something to anger her. I didn't want her to snap and announce the truth to everyone. There were hundreds of guests present. All she had to do was walk into that room in her wedding dress, and all eyes would be on her. I had to be careful with what I was saying to her. I couldn't piss her off any more than she already was. Because unlike you, I'm still in love with you, she confesses. Your feelings for me may have changed, but my feelings for you are still inside me. I can't just let go of it. I want to marry you, Damon, despite how imperfect you are. I want to marry you for all the good times that we've shared, not because of the bad. The decision is in your hands now. It's up to you what you want to do. Will you marry me, or will you let everyone know about your big secret? Clarissa. I'd made it back. Finally, I had to give the news to everyone. It was time that they all knew who Anya truly was. I couldn't believe that she'd made us all into fools. She honestly thought that she would get away with this. She was the evil mastermind behind everything all along. She was the one that leaked information to that witch. It's why she'd known so much about all of us. Anya was the spy all along. If Autumn and I hadn't decided to do our digging, she would have gotten away with it. She would have married Damon and forced her way into our family. What was her next evil plan? To kill us all in our sleep? She must want revenge for her mother's death. She must have something planned. But what was it? If I confronted her about her lies, would she have a backup? It seemed that even her sister had no idea what she had been up to. It was only fair that I showed this girl what her sister's true colors were. "I've been here before," Willow tells me as we walk through the gates. There were hundreds of vehicles and people everywhere. That was a good sign. The wedding hadn't started yet. I wasn't sure if confronting Anya in front of so many people would be a good idea, but I had no choice. They had to know now. "You have?" I ask her. "Yes, I followed my sister here," she tells me, multiple times. But I lied to her. I wanted to see where she often went. She came here plenty. She has always kept everything from me. "Your sister hasn't exactly been honest with you either," I inform her. "She has hurt a lot of people." "That can't be." She defends her. "Anya has always been kind to me. She has always loved and protected me from everything. She can't be a bad person. She wouldn't hurt anyone. I'm sure that you are mistaken." I take a deep breath. "Has Anya ever told you how your mother truly died?" "Truly died?" she asks. "What does that mean?" Before I can say anything, I hear someone shouting my name. I see Autumn running towards me. Her eyes widen when she sees the bruises all over my body. Even the dress was burnt in different places. I knew she would have plenty of questions for me, but I wouldn't have the time to answer them. "What happened to you?" she asks in horror as she reaches me. "Who did this to you?" "Where is Damon?" I demand without answering her questions. "I can take you to him, but aren't you going to tell me what the hell is happening?" she demands from me. "I don't have time to explain," I tell her. "I need to stop this wedding before it's too late." She looks uneasy but eventually nods and pulls me along with her. I follow her for a few minutes with Willow right behind me. However, something in front of me forces me to a stop. It's Damon and Anya. His hands are on her waist, she's in her wedding dress, and they're both kissing passionately like they can't live without each other. And just like that, my heart shatters in my chest. Clarissa, after everything, how could he still hold her in his arms and treat her like he was in love? I grew closer and closer to hating Damon every second that passed by. The man that I was once crazy over, the man that once was my protector, was also the reason for my pain. Things have changed so much for us. Still, despite everything, I wanted to protect him from Anya. I would not let her hurt him. I would not let her hurt any of us. When Damon lifts his face and finally breaks his kiss with her, he doesn't look at anyone else but her. It hurt my feelings to see him behaving this way. In all their years together, I've never seen him act like she was the only woman he cared about. Was he trying to change for her? Did he feel guilty and want to make everything up to her? Was he trying to be a good husband to her? "I don't understand," Autumn whispers. "Just a second ago, Atticus told me that Damon—" She didn't get to finish. Damon turned and saw me next. His eyes widened, and his gaze lowered to the bruises all over my body. He's taking in everything. He seems shocked as he tries to figure out what happened to me. I watch as he slowly lets go of Anya, and before I know it, he's running toward me. My heart skipped a beat, and I felt like stabbing the damn thing for betraying me at a time like this. I should not be happy to see him. I should not be satisfied that he was running towards me, not after the way he kissed Anya just a few seconds ago. Anya's eyes are one of panic as she watches him leave her side. "Damon!" she shouts to try and catch his attention. He doesn't listen to her. He's still moving towards me. "Damon!" She screams again, but then her eyes fall on me before moving to her sister, who's still standing behind me. I see the moment real fear touches her eyes. She knows it wasn't a good sign that her sister was with me. She knows it wasn't a good sign that I had survived her trap for me. She was surprised I had made it out alive and terrified that I had somehow found her sister. She knows I've found something she never wanted anyone to know about her, but she may not know that I knew the whole truth just yet. I didn't want to alert her, and I didn't want her to try and run, either. Damon grabs my arms gently the moment he reaches my side. "What happened to you?" he demands as he scans my body. "Why are there so many bruises on you? Who did this to you?" I didn't want to answer him. I was still pissed that he was kissing Anya after shattering my heart. I can hear the concern and anger in his voice, but right now, all I'm concerned about is getting Anya out of our lives for good. I was done with her messing around with my family. I wanted her gone for good. "I need to tell you something important," I tell him. I can see Anya approaching us from the corner of my eye. I needed to distract her. I turned towards Willow. She was the best distraction that I could use at this time. "Go to your sister and ask her what she's been keeping from you," I tell her. "Ask her to tell you the truth about your mother and why she died." She nods and leaves my side. She looked determined to find out the truth from her. That's exactly what I wanted. From the looks of it, Anya at least cared about her sister if she didn't care about anyone else. Damon looks at me like I've lost my mind. "Her sister?" he asks. "Anya doesn't have a sister. How do you know that woman?" "Look," I told him as Willow joined Anya's side. "Anya has been lying to all of us. That woman is her sister, her younger sister. I have the proof other than the fact that the girl told me she's her sister." "What?" he asks, baffled by this new information. "Why the hell would she keep her sister from the rest of us?" "I think we should ask her that ourselves," I tell him. I wanted to hear Anya's excuse for lying about not having a sister. I would pretend that I didn't know who her mother was. I would give her the opportunity to tell the truth, even though I knew she wouldn't. Atticus joins us next, and he can already tell that all is not well. He knows when something awful is about to happen. Just one look at me, and he already knows I haven't been up to any good. He told me to stop risking my life, but I didn't listen. If the fire hadn't guided me today, I would have been dead, and Anya's plans would have been successful. I still didn't understand what had happened, but after all this was over, I would have to tell Autumn everything that happened to me inside that house. "What's going on?" Grandfather asks as he senses the tension in the air. I needed everyone to join us. They all had to know. "Why don't you ask Anya that?" I say. "I would like her to tell everyone here why she's been keeping the fact that she has a sister from the rest of us. What does she have to hide?" Anya looks like she's finally been cornered. It felt good to see her look this scared. She had no idea what was coming to her. "Her sister?" Dante asks. "You told me that she was a friend." "Her friend? When did Dante even meet Willow?" "We can't have this conversation when everyone is around," Atticus says. "We need to leave." "During the wedding," Dante asks, "there will be a million rumors, and a billion if everyone listens to this conversation." Atticus adds, "We can take this to our new pack house." Of course, the new pack house. After the many attacks on our family, we were working on rebuilding our pack, making it stronger to fight against anyone that threatened our peace with the help of Austin and his family. Since they were so successful, they were willing to help us. We needed protection against people like Anya and her mother. "And what do we do about everyone else here?" Griffin asks. "We can deal with them when we return," Atticus answers him. "Something tells me that this can't wait." Clarissa, Autumn, Atticus and I were in the same vehicle together. Griffin and Damon were with Anya and her sister in the vehicle ahead of us, and Dante was with everyone else behind. "Do you mind telling us where you were?" Atticus asks me as he looks at me through the rearview mirror. I had to get answers, I tell him. "Once we reach the pack house, I'll explain everything. But Autumn, we were right about Anya all along. However, she's much worse than any of us ever thought." Atticus's hands tighten on the steering wheel at my words. I had finally cornered her. She had nowhere to run to. Her time was very limited. "I told you not to go there without me." Autumn scolds me. "I knew how dangerous it would have been. Look at your condition. Why must you always put yourself in danger?" Now she sounded just like Atticus, scolding me for putting my life in danger. "Where did she go?" Atticus demands. And how do you seem to always know more than me when it concerns Clarissa? How much have you been keeping from me, Autumn? I thought that there were supposed to be no secrets between us. What exactly have the two of you been up to all this time? Autumn gets silent at his questions. She knows just as much as I do that there was plenty she was keeping from him. Tell me, he insists. What have you both been hiding from me? Before she can give an answer, we hear a loud explosion behind us. What the was that? Atticus asks. I looked back to see that another vehicle had just crashed into Dante's Jeep. What's happening? This wasn't good. Another vehicle overtakes us and moves to block Damon's Jeep from going any further. What's happening? Autumn asks in horror. They're not the only vehicles. There's more coming. 4 others, to be exact. It's an ambush, Atticus shouts. We're under attack. He pulls the Jeep to a stop at the side of the road, and we all get out. It's Anya, I shout. She must have had this plan all along. This must be her backup plan if the marriage didn't take place. They were waiting for us. Why would she want to attack us? Atticus demands, clueless like always. Because we killed her mother, I shout. The witch that claimed to have Anya under her spell, the same witch that tried to kill me, and the same witch that wanted us all dead, is none other than Anya's mother. I pull the picture out of my dress and show it to them. Atticus's eyes turn dark with fury as realization finally hits him. I can't believe it. All this time, she's been our enemy. All this time, it's been her. Autumn gasps. How could she do this? Atticus ran a hand down his face and pinched the bridge of his nose. He looks like he's in a state of shock. Of course he will be. At one point, Anya was the love of his life. At least, that's what she wanted him to believe. And who are all of these people? Autumn asks as they jump out of their vehicles. Dante and the others joined us next. It must be friends of Anya or friends of her mother, I answer her. She was planning to marry into our family. She must have wanted to get closer to us, to gain our trust before she attacked. She didn't expect me to find out the truth before she could marry Damon. What madness are you saying, Clarissa? Dante asks. Are you not realizing that Anya is no longer beside us? I ask him. She's joining the others. At my words, he looks around for her and is surprised to see her with the enemy. What is going on? Damon demands. Anya's mother is none other than the witch who tried to kill me, Damon, I answer him as his eyes widen. Yes, that's right. The woman you were planning to marry, the woman that I begged you to stay away from, turns out to be the same woman that was almost responsible for my death. I taunt him. She isn't the sweet, innocent girl the 3 of you thought she was. This was all a plan that she came up with along with her mother. She was sent to harm us, and she did a very good job at it. I push the picture onto his face, and he grabs it from my hand. His eyes narrow as he crumbles it. Anya! He roars. His voice rocked the atmosphere, but had no effect on her. She didn't look afraid now that she had others on her side. Dante is the only one that looks heartbroken, maybe because he's still under her spell, unlike the others. He walked over to her even though she was now surrounded by people who planned to harm us. I tried to stop him, but Atticus held me back. Is this true? He asks her gently. Are you responsible for everything that has been happening to my family recently? Was everything just a plan to get closer to us so that you could hurt us in the end? Her eyes were emotionless and cold as she glared at him. She didn't have to pretend anymore. She could show her true feelings. Of course it's true, she snaps. Did you think I was truly in love with you all this time? Are you blind? It was obvious that I didn't love you. I liked you the least out of those other 2. The only one I ever had feelings for was Atticus, and that asshole broke my heart when he chose to be with Autumn. I tried my best to protect him from my mother. She had plans to get rid of all of you just to hurt your parents, but I asked her to protect Atticus. I should have never listened to my heart because in the end, it cost me, my mother. I never loved you, Dante, and I never loved Damon. You don't love me either. You're under a spell I put on you. At first, it was my mother, but after she died, I had to continue with her plan. I had to finish the job for her. How could she speak to him like that? He was in pain, for crying out loud. Why wasn't the spell breaking? Why was he the only one that still loved her so much? I know my feelings, and it's not because of a damn spell. Dante roars. I love you, damn it. How could you betray my feelings for you? I trusted you. I protected you. Why would you do this to me? Why, Anya? Why? Damon. I still couldn't believe it. Anya was a traitor all along? The woman before us looked nothing like the woman I once thought I was crazy in love with. She was a completely different person that had us all under her spell. How could she do this to me? How could she do this to my brothers? This couldn't be happening. This had to be a nightmare. How could you? Dante asks in a broken voice. I could feel his pain, and I wanted her to pay for everything she'd done. She didn't deserve to live, not after all the pain she's brought to my family. Despite everything you've done, I still love you, and I hate it, he shouts. I still love you, Anya. Damn it, I still love you. Only then do I notice that she has a knife in her possession. When did she even get that? And was she planning to use it on my brother? For her sake, I hope she didn't. I wish I could say I'm sorry, but I'm not. She hissed. Your family killed my mother. They killed her like garbage, and they would have disposed of her the same way if I hadn't been there to stop it. Of course, she'd ask for a chance to dispose of the body for us. Not once did I think it was because the witch was her mother. All of the signs were there, and I chose to ignore them all. What the hell was wrong with me? Why didn't I realize this before? How did Clarissa even find any of this out? What? Anya's sister demands as she finally exits the vehicle, even though Anya had told her to stay in there. Are these people responsible for our mother's death? Anya's eyes soften as her sister comes into her view. She was probably the only person that Anya actually cared about. You weren't supposed to be here today. You weren't supposed to see or hear any of this. It's only because of that stupid Clarissa that you're here. I growl at her words. I was pissed at Anya. Hearing her say things about Clarissa only worsened everything. Why did they kill our mother? She demands from her. What did you and mother do? They seem like nice people. What caused all of this to happen? They are not nice people, Anya growled. They are anything but nice. You have known me your whole life. Do you think I'll lie to you, Willow? Willow looks hesitant, but she wants to believe her sister. Lying to your sister now? Dante asks her with a sarcastic laugh. First, you lied to all of us, and now you're also lying to her. Tell her the whole truth. Tell her how you placed us all under a spell so that we would love you. You made my brothers think that you were their mates. You made the three of us fight for you. If Autumn didn't enter the picture, Atticus would have still been under your spell. Tell her how your mother kidnapped my parents and almost killed our sister. Your mother is only dead because she tried to mess with our family first. She left us no choice. We had to kill her. We never wanted to. We didn't even know who she was until the day she kidnapped Mom and Dad. She was obsessed with hurting our family, and I'm afraid you are no different from her. Dante turns to Willow, and the poor girl has tears running down her cheeks. Do you know what she told me when I asked her who you were? She said that you were just a friend. A friend. Why would she lie to me about that? She never told us that she had a sister. Never. It was just another lie that Anya had told to hide her dark secrets. Are you ashamed of your sister, Anya? Anya. Willow croaks. Please tell me this is all a lie. Please tell me that you're not like this. There has to be a mistake. There has to be a reason why you and your mother did all of this. I don't believe that you're a bad person. Anya is glaring at Dante, avoiding her sister's innocent gaze. She's angrier than before and has no reason to be. How dare you speak to her? Anya roars. She's my sister. You're not allowed to speak to her like that. You're not allowed to fill her head with lies about me. Your family is good at acting like the victim. It's easy for you since your family has the money and power to do as they please. I grew up in a home where we had to fight for everything we had, which isn't even much. I'm tired of seeing you happy. Tired of it. I want you all to pay for killing my mother. My eyes widen when she lifts the knife into the air. Dante! I shout. Watch out! No! Willow screams, surprising all of us when she jumps in front of him to protect him. Anya stops midair and looks at her sister in surprise. Dante looks shattered inside after realizing that Anya is truly willing to kill him. She was heartless. Bloody heartless. No more killing, please. Willow begs her. You have to stop this. You can't keep going. This is not you. "You're not like this, sister. You're nothing like this." Unlike Anya, Willow was nothing like her sister. It was a strange sight to see. How were they so different? "These people killed your mother, and yet you're protecting them?" Anya demands from her, surprised by her own sister's actions. "This is wrong," Willow tells her. "Grab her and lock her in the vehicle." Anya orders the other witches surrounding her. Dante growls and picks her up into his arms before they can get to her. "Let my sister go," Anya screams. "Now you know what it feels like when someone purposefully tries to harm the people you care about," he tells her. I know he was only bluffing. There was no way he would hurt the girl. He walks over with her still in his arms. He placed her on the ground while Anya pierced holes in his back with her angry gaze. Willow looked scared, and she shouldn't be. Our family wouldn't hurt her. I watched as Clarissa tried to calm her down and felt my heart warm with pride. "If you want to live, you will not try anything stupid." Autumn threatened her. "You know what I can do when my family is in danger. This is your last warning. Your mother didn't have to die, nor did you, Anya. Make your choice." "I don't care about dying as long as I take at least one of you down today," she answers her. Her words make my blood run cold. The only person that will be dying today if anyone gets hurt from my family is her, Clarissa. I held Willow in my arms as I tried to calm her down. She wanted to run back to her sister, but I couldn't let her. This would soon turn into a battlefield. It would be better for her to stay on our side, where we could easily protect her. "Please," Willow begs, "let me go to her. I can stop this from happening. I can talk her out of it. I need some time." "She will not listen to you, Willow." I try to tell her. "Here is the safest place for you. We can protect you if you're on our side. Please don't kill her." She begs me. "She's all that I have. Please don't kill her. I beg of you." I tried to reassure her, but even I wasn't sure if Anya would make it out alive today. It all depends on her actions. I didn't want to take away Willow's only family member, but if she tried to harm my family, I could do nothing to stop her death. "Bring my sister back to me and kill whoever you must to get to her." Anya orders the witches around her. We were stronger than all of them combined. What was she thinking? Did she intentionally want to get herself killed? Griffin and Atticus shifted into their wolves, guarding the rest of us. Autumn moves further back, preparing herself to attack if she needs to. I know the moment the first witch attacks us, I feel it. But the pain doesn't last long. It's all thanks to Autumn. She's been practicing her power. She knows how to shield us from their spells, but it wouldn't last long. We will have to attack while she is giving us the advantage. Atticus doesn't even wait a second before he lifts his head back and howls loudly. It was a howl to alert the pack that we were in trouble. I didn't think we needed them, however. It was always a good idea to call for backup. Griffin attacks first, and Atticus goes next. We stood back and examined our surroundings. I expected more witches to come out and try to surprise us, but so far, these witches seemed like our only problem. Grandfather joins in with my adoptive parents next. "They don't even seem to need our help," Autumn whispers next to me. "Please," Willow begs once more. "Please let her live. I know what she did was wrong, but please, don't hurt her." Hearing the pain in her voice tugged at my heart. We never wanted to hurt Anya. She annoyed the hell out of us, and she did very unforgivable things, but we never wanted to kill her, especially not now when we knew how kind her sister was. "I can't stop them much longer," Autumn tells me. "The pain will return. We're going to have to keep going despite it." I nod. I was prepared to take the pain. Our family had already killed 3 of the witches. There were 4 left, and then there was Anya. I knew Autumn didn't want to use her full power for fear of anyone trying to come for her again after what happened in the past. I didn't want her to use it either. That would bring more trouble for us than Anya did. She would be left for last. Dante was refusing to fight. He didn't want to hurt Anya, but I knew he would step in if someone in our family got hurt. How could Anya give up someone like him? She could have been happy. She could have gotten everything. If she wanted money and power, Dante would have happily given everything he had to her. He would have given her sister a good life as well. All she had to be was honest from the start. She should have never taken her mother's battle as her own. She should have done the right thing and told us the truth. It's happening now, Autumn shouts to alert the rest of us. Damon jumps in after her warning. He takes down another witch within a second by catching her off guard. He grabs her by her neck and rips her head off her body. I wince at her screams before she died. "Stop this now, Anya!" I shout. "Your sister doesn't want to watch you die. We can't protect you if you keep going. Think about her. She needs you. She needs her sister." I don't know why I'm trying to protect her. Maybe it's because of Willow, or perhaps it's because I cared for her without even knowing it. We did spend plenty of years around each other. Even though it wasn't the best time of my life, it was still time spent together. Another howl rocks our surroundings, and I know what that means. The pack was on its way. They were close. These witches did not stand a chance. If they wanted to live, they would have to run. Was this all Anya had planned? Did she have others willing to help her that didn't know she needed their help? Did she think that this would be enough to kill us? "Okay," Anya shouts suddenly when there's just her and two other witches left. "You're right, I don't want to die. I want to live for my sister." Everyone pauses mid-battle. "Bring her to me," she begs me. "Please just bring her so that I can leave and never come back. I promise never to bother your family again. All I want is my sister back." Damon's wolf looks at me, and I can tell that he doesn't want me to listen to her. When I make one step forward, he shifts back into his human form. I know he wants to tell me to stop, but no word comes out of his mouth as he watches me walk closer and closer to Anya. Could I trust her? Was she offering peace between our families, or was this a trap? My entire family was on alert. They watched her like a hawk, waiting for her to try something stupid. Willow's hold on my hand tightens, and I slowly hand her over to Anya. Anya smiles and hugs her sister tightly to her. "I love you so much, Willow. I love you." It was good to see them embrace. Was this indeed the end? Was the battle over? But I'm sorry. I can never forgive them for what they did. I frown. Before I can understand her words, she pushes Willow onto the ground and tries to stab me with the knife. I gasp in shock, but before her knife can touch me, a blade is pierced straight through her heart. Anya cries out at the pain, and I'm surprised to see Damon behind her. How did he get here so quickly? He's looking at his hands like he can't believe he just stabbed her. The pack surrounds us then, and the other two witches have nowhere to run and hide. Anya drops to the ground with her mouth and eyes wide open. A piercing scream touches my ear, and I look down to find Willow screaming her sister's name. No, I tried to stop it. I tried to prevent Willow from losing her sister. Why couldn't Anya just let it go? Why did she have to do this to herself? Why? "Clarissa." Anya was dying in front of us. Even though I didn't like her, it was still hard for me to watch. I never thought that Damon would be the one actually to kill her. I thought he would never be able to do something like that. "Anya," Willow screams as she holds her head in her lap. "Please. No, no, no." Anya gently touches her cheek and gazes up at her. "Don't cry. You're all that I have," she screams. "Please don't leave me. I beg you. Please don't go." Dante drops to the ground next to her with tears in his eyes. Even Damon and Atticus seem to be affected by seeing her like this. None of them wanted her dead despite everything she'd put them through. Anya drags her gaze away from her sister to look at Dante. Her hands are shaking as she takes his hand in hers. I know it's too late to... She coughs up blood but still tries to speak, to apologize. "I'm all that Willow has left. I know after I die, the spell I left on you will disappear also. But please, I beg of you. Please. Please, what?" Dante asks her almost desperately as she continues to cough up blood. I can see the fear in his eyes. He knows that he's losing her forever. I can't imagine the pain that he must feel to know that he will never see her again. "Please marry my sister." A dead silence follows. We're all shocked by her words. No one is making a sound except her. She's crying, begging him now to marry Willow. She's repeating herself over and over again. "Anya, don't refuse me," she begs. "Your love was never real. It was a spell. I know that. You don't owe me anything, not after how much I've hurt and betrayed you. But please, I'm begging you, please marry her. She has no one. No one. She needs someone in her life. Out of everyone, I know you'll protect her the most. I trust you the most to take care of her." Dante looks heartbroken as he listens to Anya. I don't care what she says. He loves her, spells or not. Dante was in love with her. How could he marry her sister? She's just a child. Dante tries to tell her. She's too young. She wasn't just a child. How old was Willow? She's 17. She disagrees. You're not that much older than her. I can only go peacefully if you promise to marry her, Dante. Please, please do it for me. I'm begging you. I'm begging. It was hard watching this. Willow wasn't even getting the chance to grieve for her sister. What if I promised to care for her without marrying her? He asks her desperately. Dante didn't want to marry her, I could tell. Why would he? Anya was the one he loved, and she was dying in front of him. No, she cries. It's not enough. If you marry her, she will have a good life. Everyone will be forced to accept her. Let her join the academy with you. Please marry her, Dante. It's my dying wish. I know I don't deserve anything, but please, I need to know that you'll marry her. Dante looks at Willow, crying for her sister, and I watch the moment he decides to make her wish come true. I promise, he whispers. I promise to marry Willow. The promise, for some reason, has left a weird feeling inside my heart. Maybe it's because I know the sacrifice Dante is making for her. I can see the peacefulness his words have on her. She doesn't deserve to die in peace, but Willow did deserve to see her sister happy before she died. As soon as those words left his mouth, Anya's eyes slowly closed, and she breathed her last breath before us all. I closed my eyes as Willow's screams echoed around us. You could hear the grief in her cries. I couldn't imagine her pain. That was her sister, her sister. No matter how bad of a person Anya was, she was still a good sister. We need to get back, Atticus says as he touches Dante's shoulder. He was right. We couldn't stay here. We all watch as Dante lifts Anya's dead body into his arms and walks with her to the jeep. Willow runs after him, still crying. I didn't want to look at Damon. I was scared to see him grieving for her as well. He was the one that had killed her. I knew he would feel guilty for the rest of his life, even though she deserved it. He was only protecting me, like always. The drive back home was an incredibly sad one. No one could form any words. We had a mixture of emotions. I can't believe he's going to marry her. Atticus finally breaks the silence. He loved Anya. He did. It had nothing to do with the spell. I hate this, Autumn says as she gently rubs Atticus's shoulder. It should have never ended this way. When the jeep stops, we all get out. Dante gives Anya to one of the maids, asking them to take good care of her body until he returns. He surprises all of us when he grabs Willow's hand and starts to walk with her. Dante! Atticus shouts. Where the hell is he going? Damon demands. He wasn't stopping for anyone. We all ran behind him, unsure of what else to do. Please tell me he isn't going to do what I think he is, Autumn says as she covers her mouth with her hand. We watch in horror as he pulls her into the hall where Damon was supposed to marry Anya. Gasps were all over the room as the guests' gaze fell on them. This wasn't happening. He wasn't going to marry her. Not like this. It wasn't right this way. Her sister had just died. He just lost the love of his life. They weren't even dressed appropriately, and they both had blood on their bodies. The music starts to play, and everyone sits down despite the look of horror on each of their faces. It finally sinks in that he was serious about this. This was indeed happening. Dante was going to marry Willow. Clarissa! Dante was now married, and to Anya's sister Willow. Nothing we said stopped him. He was determined to fulfill Anya's dying wish, and he'd done it right after her death. Even Willow didn't try to go against him, but I knew she was also doing it for her sister. Despite everything Anya had done, they both still loved her like crazy. It was the one thing that they had in common. It was a horrible day for our family. So many things had happened one after the next. I can't even imagine the kind of articles we would have to read tomorrow about this entire thing. They would report on Anya's death and that Dante had married his mate's sister. Whatever they wrote, it was bound to anger us all. I didn't want to think of the picture that would be posted alongside those articles. There were no wedding kisses at the end of the ceremony. There was no hugging, nothing except crying. Willow hadn't stopped crying since Anya had died. I didn't expect her to stop crying anytime soon, but Autumn and I would try our best to comfort her. I knew what it meant to lose someone close to you. We tried our best to save Anya. We tried our best to give her another chance, but ultimately, she chose death. Maybe she felt like that would be the best decision to make for her sister. Perhaps she knew that Dante would marry Willow if she died. I wasn't sure of her reasons, but in the end, she didn't get everything she wanted. I knew she at least wanted to kill me, but even that didn't happen as she had planned. Damon had come to my rescue yet again. There is something you need to know, Autumn tells me as we finally get a chance to be alone. The guests had all just left, even though they all had many questions for us. My grandfather was good at getting them all to go. He was always good at that. What is it? I ask her. It felt like she's been trying to tell me something since I returned with the news about Anya. Damon was planning on ending. She doesn't get to finish when Damon enters the living room. His eyes fell on Autumn before they fell on me. I would like to speak with Clarissa privately, please. He asks Autumn. I didn't want to talk to him. I was still angry with him. If I hadn't found the proof against Anya, he would be married to her by now. Then everything between us would have been over for good. Autumn looks hesitant to leave, but when she realizes his desperation, she finally decides to leave us alone. Damon sits opposite me, and it looks like he's trying to find the right words to say to me. Don't say anything. I stop him before he can say a single word. It's clear that this thing between us was never going to work out. He swallows but doesn't give any emotion away. I tried my best to get you to fight for me, to fight for us, but you did the opposite each time. I remind him, you broke my heart over and over again. His two hands were clasped tightly together as he quietly listened to everything I had to say. You were right to want things between us to stay the same. Our relationship, before I made things complicated, was much better than it is now. He still says nothing. He still leaves me to ramble on. I'm unsure where to go with this, but I don't stop. I thought I was doing the right thing by fighting for you. I thought I was doing the right thing by constantly offering myself to you. I confess, I was so blinded by my feelings that I let my heart lead. I'm sorry if I made you uncomfortable with my actions. I closed my eyes to find the strength I needed to continue. When I saw you kissing Anya earlier, my heart shattered. It was the reminder I needed to know that you and I were never going to work out. I was stupid for thinking that love would prevail. I was stupid for thinking that everyone around us would happily accept our relationship. While you were able to have your relationship with her public, it will never be possible with me. Damon tries to say something, but I raise my hand to stop him. You don't need to apologize for your actions, Damon. I've heard your apology 100 times already. Nothing you say can be different from what you've said in the past. I understand now that there can never be anything between us. I confess. And the tattoo, it was a stupid decision on my part. I will find a way to get it removed. His jaw clenched, and I knew I had struck a nerve. It was a lie. Despite my frustration with him, I was never removing that tattoo. You always wanted things to go back to normal between us. I'll try my best to get things back to where it was before. I'll try to ensure it's no longer complicated, how you like it. I assure him. Clarissa, you were planning on marrying Anya today, Damon. I remind him. You were going to put a ring on her finger and give her your last name. The reality didn't sink in until I saw you kissing her in her wedding dress. I'm tired of fighting for us. I'm tired of fighting for you. I don't want to cry in front of him. I don't want him to show him my weakness anymore. I think you were right all along, I confess. I need to have my own life. It shouldn't revolve around you anymore. I need to get out there and start dating. I need to do things that make me truly happy. I thought my happiness was only being with you, but you've brought me only pain the past few days. It just proves that we aren't meant to be like I initially thought. Damon finally gets up from his chair after not moving an inch since he'd sat down. His face is emotionless as he asks, "Is that truly what you want, Clarissa?" Damon, Clarissa's words hurt. I wasn't sure if this was intentional or if she truly felt that way about us. I was finally ready to fight for us. I was prepared to give her everything she wanted, but she didn't seem to want it anymore. I had hurt her too much in the past. Her eyes are sad as she says, "Yes, this is what I want. It's what's best for both of us. We are not good for each other. You were right all along. It was never going to work between us. Our family will never be able to accept it. I want to get on my knees. I want to beg her to give me a chance. I want to do anything to make her change her mind. But I didn't want to go against her wishes. I've already gone against them in the past. If this was truly what she wanted, I would stand back and let it happen no matter how much it pained me. Hearing her say she would get rid of the tattoo bothered me a lot more than it should. It was her body. It was her choice. But damn it, I loved it on her. I didn't want it gone. Knowing my name was on her body made it seem like she was mine. If she removed it, she was allowing someone else to take my place. This was all my fault. I'd done this. She'd wanted me for so long. She gave me many opportunities, as she'd said earlier. I didn't want to show her how upset I was. I didn't want to worry her. I deserved this pain. I deserved to be unhappy after the number of times I've made her cry because of my dumb decisions. I'd realized my mistakes too late. Maybe this was for the best. But she was mine. Damn it. Now I understood why I've always wanted her so much. Anya was never my mate to begin with. Her spell was the only reason it became easier to stay away from Clarissa. Now that every last bit of that spell was gone, my need for Clarissa had grown at an alarming rate. I wasn't sure how I would find the strength to stay away from her. Even now, her scent had filled the room. My body felt sensitive to it. Anytime I walked into a room now, I would be overwhelmed with the need to taste her because of that damn scent. How do I move on from her? How do I let her go? I took another step toward her and felt satisfied when I heard her heartbeat increase. It meant her feelings were still there. She was trying her best to control them. I didn't get the chance to tell you what I wanted to, I say in a low voice. Does it matter? She asks. You were going to apologize, weren't you? I exhale slowly. No. I breathe out. I wasn't. Her eyes widened a little. Then what were you going to say? My gaze softens. I don't think it makes sense for me to say it anymore, Clarissa. It seems like you've made your mind up. Her lips part and she looks curious. There you two are. My mother says as she finds us standing a little too close to each other. What are you doing in here? Everyone is about to leave. Clarissa's cheeks are red as she turns to look at her. Where are we going? I ask her. I know Anya wasn't exactly the best person. She's done a lot of wrong things, especially to our family. However, I think her mother brainwashed her, and the things that she did was because of that. Your brother still loves her. It seems his love had nothing to do with the spell. And he's now married to Willow, who's her sister. Willow is now a daughter-in-law of this family and needs to be treated like one. Since they both care deeply for her, I think it's only fair that we bury her and give her a proper send-off. My hands tighten into fists at my sides. I knew before she died I wanted her to pay after finding out about the things she'd done. I felt like she deserved to die, but I couldn't deny the pain I still felt in my heart at knowing she was gone. Despite all the wrongs she'd done, I'd grown an attachment to her. It felt worse knowing that I was the one to kill her. But it had to be done. I would always choose to save Clarissa over everyone else. She's always the first person I run to protect. Anya could have given up. We were willing to let her go, but she was too blinded by revenge. She wanted to kill Clarissa. She wanted to hurt us all. If I hadn't killed her, someone else in my family would have. We will be there in a second, I tell Mother. She nods and leaves us alone. Clarissa surprises me when she tugs at my shirt. Thank you. I frown. Thank you? She nods and peers up at me, for saving me earlier. I can't stop gazing into her eyes. I saw glimpses of the same Clarissa that saw me as her hero. Why are you thanking me? I whisper. Protecting you has always been something that brings me joy. I've told you this already. I will always protect you when you need me. I still don't understand how you found out Anya's true identity or why you had so many bruises. She looks down nervously. We hired a private investigator to keep an eye on Anya. He got back to us and told us that Anya lied about where she was living. I don't understand. Why didn't you tell me anything? I demand from her. I could have helped. We didn't think that any of you would have believed us. She answers me. We? I ask. Who else knew about this? Autumn. She answers me. Of course, Autumn. Autumn wanted me to wait on her to visit the house and have a look around for any clues. But then Anya moved up the wedding date, and she had no time. The day before the wedding, Anya threatened me to stay away from her home. She planned to trap me inside the house since she knew I would try to get information on her. I waited for everyone to get busy with the wedding, and then left. Someone set the house on fire while I was inside it. That's why I had so many bruises while trying to get out. My blood boiled at this new information. Anya was planning to kill Clarissa even though she knew I was in love with her. She even tried to blackmail me into marrying her while it was happening. How could she have been so heartless all along? Why did I ever trust someone like her? Why was I so blind? I could have lost Clarissa because of my carelessness. Now more than ever I want to pull her into my arms and never let her go, but I refrained from doing it. I couldn't be selfish. I couldn't, Clarissa. It was hard acting like I was okay with not being with Damon, but it had to be done. I hate that he didn't once try to fight for me. He didn't tell me that he wanted me. He didn't tell me what I wanted to hear. I gasp when he gently cups my cheek in his hand. I'm glad you're safe, Clarissa. I nod and quietly move away from his touch before I caved and gave in to my feelings. We both joined the others as they got ready for the funeral. A wedding and funeral are all on the same day. That's the last thing I would have expected to happen on Damon's wedding day. The rest of the day wasn't easy. We tried our best to comfort Willow, but in the end, nothing we did or said could make her feel better. I feel so sorry for her, Autumn whispers. Anya shouldn't have left her this way. All she had to do was leave. Her thirst for revenge was stronger than her love for her sister, I suggest. We gave her the option to live, but she chose to die trying to kill me. I'm sure Anya knew there wasn't a chance for her to kill me, not with my entire family standing around me, waiting to protect me. Still, she chose to continue with her plan. I never understood her. She could have gotten everything in life. Did she not want to be happy? What did Damon want to tell you? Autumn asked me as soon as we were back home and alone. I didn't give him a chance to speak. I confess, I didn't want to hear another apology from him, though, according to him, he wasn't planning on apologizing to me. If he wasn't going to apologize, what was he planning on saying? There's something I've wanted to tell you, Autumn says. I knew there was something that she's been trying to tell me for a while now. She never got to finish her sentence. What is it? I asked curiously. I don't know if this is the right time to tell you since it seems like you're ready to let go of Damon, but he was never going to marry Anya. She explains. I frowned. He was in his suit. She was in a wedding dress. They were kissing passionately when I returned. How was he never going to marry her? She wasn't making any sense. Before you returned from Anya's home, Atticus told me that Damon confessed that he couldn't marry Anya. He said that he didn't love her and that he was planning on stopping the wedding. He was looking around frantically, and I believe he was looking for you. Atticus told him to see Anya at least and explain to her what was happening. I don't understand why he ended up kissing her, but I'm sure if you ask him, he will answer your question. He was never going to marry her. I know he changed his mind too late, but I believe Damon was finally willing to give you what you wanted all along. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Had he decided to stop the wedding? Was that what he wanted to tell me? Why didn't I let him speak? I was so tired of his apologies that I didn't want to hear them anymore. I should have waited and listened to what he had to say before saying what was on my mind. Half of the things I said to him were all lies. I just wanted to pretend that I was okay. I wanted to hurt him as he had done to me. I wanted him to drop to his knees and tell me he loved me. I wanted him to say to me that he would fight for us. I hoped he would have done at least one of those things, but he never did. Instead, he left me to speak, and he even agreed with me. I can't believe this, I whisper. What do you think made him change his mind? She smiles. You're why he changed his mind. I know that you want him to beg you to take him back. I know you don't want to make it easy for him. I don't think you have long to wait. I've seen the longing in his gaze as he looks at you. He can't even hide it anymore. Eventually, he will confess his true feelings. I hope he wouldn't keep me waiting long. I didn't want to be the one to ask him to fight for me. I wanted Damon to do it on his own, without my help. Atticus walks in then and quirks a brow at us. I'm very disappointed in the both of you. What? Autumn asks. What did we do? You could have trusted me enough to tell me that you were hiring a private investigator to keep an eye on Anya. He growls. One of you could have gotten seriously injured because of your big secret. Why couldn't you tell me, Autumn? She narrows her eyes. I'm sorry, but weren't you the one that always trusted Anya in the past? I thought we were over this. I thought you trusted me. If you believed in me even a little bit, you would have known that I could have helped you. I wouldn't have dismissed your suspicions. He tells her calmly, but even I can hear the edge to his voice. She sighs, I do trust you. I'm sorry for keeping this from you. What else have the two of you been hiding from me? He demands. Autumn looks at me, and I try to remain calm. This was one secret I still couldn't tell him, and Autumn knew that. I knew she wouldn't sell me out. Damon walks in with Dante and Willow next. Willow's eyes are dark and sad, and I don't think she even realizes yet that she was married to Dante. She was still in shock. Dante's knuckles were bruised, and so was his face. Those bruises weren't from the fight, they were new. It frightened me. Did you get into another fight? I ask him as I lift my hand to touch his face. He flinches away from me, and it shocks me. He never did that in the past. I found him like this, Damon tells us. He doesn't want to tell me where he got it from. Before I can ask any more questions, Willow drops to the ground, curled up in a ball. Sister, she cries out. What's happening to her? Autumn demands. I drop to the ground next to her and touch my hand to her forehead. My eyes widen in horror. She's freezing! I shout, call a doctor. Clarissa. It's been a week. 1 week since Dante married Willow. 1 week after Anya's death. 1 week since I told Damon that I wanted things to go back to normal between us. Willow's tears had decreased, but she was still tremendously sad. The doctor couldn't find anything wrong with her when we called him to have a look at her. Yet her skin remained ice cold for a while before returning to its average temperature. It was unlike anything any of us had ever seen before. We didn't know what the cause was, and the doctor did not help us one bit. Today was the first day we would take her back to school with us. The first time she was ever going to step foot in our academy. I knew it wouldn't be easy. Everyone knew that she'd married her sister's supposedly mate. While Dante was always in love with Anya, I didn't believe that she was ever his mate. If she were, she would have had strong feelings for him, but she never did. However, everyone at school did not know the whole story. Both Willow and Dante did not want the truth of her sister's death to be revealed to the public. They didn't like the people to know how horrible of a person she was. Besides, if people knew the truth about Anya, Willow's life would be even worse. It was always going to be difficult the moment people knew she was Anya's sister. I still remember how hard it was for Autumn when she married Atticus. This time, it was much worse. Luckily for Willow, we would do our best to protect her from the public. Did you see the articles posted this morning? Autumn asks me. The ones about Willow and Dante? I ask her. She nods. It reminds me of my first day at the academy as the wife of Atticus Fawn. She purposefully said his last name. I remember, I tell her. I feel so sorry for her. And for me. It's been a tough week acting like Damon didn't mean as much to me as he did before. I've been the one avoiding him as much as I could. I wasn't sure how far I'd have to push him to admit that he wanted to fight for us. It still surprised me that Damon had called off the wedding after telling me multiple times that it was the right thing to do. What had caused him to change his mind? I would never know the answers unless I confronted him about it, but I wouldn't give him the satisfaction. I was tired of chasing him. Damon hasn't been showing any interest in me since our last conversation, I confessed to Autumn. It's bothering me. He's giving me exactly what he thinks I want, but this time it's not what I actually want from him. She sighs. Give him some more time. He's giving you space because he thinks that's what you want. Eventually, he isn't going to be able to control himself. I'm about to disagree when I spot him walking toward us, and I try to act unbothered. The key word there is try. I'm not sure how successful I was. Can I walk you to class? He asks me the second that he reaches my side. Autumn gives me a look as if to say, I told you so. She leaves us alone, and I felt like pulling her back. I didn't want to be alone with him. That's when it's hardest to control myself. I could walk myself, I tell him. He shrugs his shoulders. Wasn't this what you wanted? He asks, for things to return to normal. This is what I always do. I walk you to class and tell everyone around you to treat you with the respect you deserve. While this was true that he's always done this in the past, it still felt weird after everything that had happened between us. It also feels weird now that Anya is no longer trying to come between us. You don't have to do this, I tell him. Not anymore. He grabbed my hand and forced me to a stop. The devastated look on his face takes me aback. Did my words hurt him that much? I know that you're angry with me. I can feel it every time I get near you. I'm willing to do everything you ask of me, but what I'm not willing to do is stop protecting you. And this Clarissa happens to fall under that category, he says in a low growl. But I don't care who comes into your life and who goes out of it, he adds. But I'm always going to be here protecting you. As long as I'm alive, I will keep you safe. So please do not stop me from doing the one thing that I love most in this world. My heart skips a beat. This was unexpected. I didn't think my words would have affected him this much, but it still wasn't the confession that I was looking for. Clarissa Fawn, the professor exclaims as he sees me standing outside of the classroom door staring at Damon. You're late for class as usual. What are you doing just standing there? I lowered my gaze. I couldn't look into his eyes. I'll see you after class. I can feel all eyes on me as I enter the classroom. I know everyone will have plenty of questions for me, but I didn't think they were brave enough to ask them, especially not after seeing Damon right outside the door, still looking into our classroom. He was making sure that no one was trying to bully me, just like he's always done in the past. I tried not to melt at his earlier words. Protecting me was the one thing he loved the most in the world, his words, not mine. My cheeks felt hot, and I needed some water to cool down. It was hard to pay attention in class after that little incident. I often wished that I was in the same class as the rest of my family. I hated being away from them. I was surprised when I saw Willow walk through the door in the middle of our class, totally distracting me from my earlier thoughts. Class, Sir Richards calls for our attention. Meet your new classmate, Willow Edwina. His words surprised everyone in the room, including me. What was she doing in this class? Clarissa! Willow sits beside me, and I can tell how uncomfortable she is. The gossip hasn't stopped since our professor made his announcement. The whispers continued even after he asked them to be quiet. They never listened, and unfortunately, this professor was never good at getting them to do anything asked. Weren't you supposed to be in a lower class? I asked her gently. I didn't want to make it sound like I didn't want her here with me. I was more than happy to have someone I knew in this classroom with me, and Willow was now a member of our family, which meant I had to treat her like I would Autumn. Your parents were concerned that I would be alone, she tells me. They asked for me to be moved up to this class with you. And of course, our school would abide by their request. I'm sure that money was even part of this decision. I'm happy you're here with me, I inform her. I always wished for company during these boring classes. Why didn't they do this for me as well? Move me up to a class with the others. I've always felt alone before this. At least I had Willow by my side from now on. I'm sure Damon would also feel at ease if he knew I had company from today. Anya never told me anything about her friends or enemies. She never even told me she was marrying your brother. She whispers a few minutes later. I freeze. My brother. Just like always, I felt sick to my stomach when someone referred to Damon as my brother. Willow didn't know anything about us. She didn't realize how much her words would upset me. I couldn't blame her. It was normal for her to think that Damon was my brother. It wasn't her fault that I was crazy in love with him. I'm sure you don't know by now, but I'm adopted, I tell her. Her eyes widened. Adopted? I nod. I'm not their biological daughter. They're all so close to you. She confesses. I would never think that you were adopted. You're lucky to have a family that loves you so much. I swallowed. I knew I was lucky to have them. But it wasn't the easiest thing in the world to be in love with someone I was not supposed to love. It's not like I can ever tell this to Willow. If she ever finds out how much I loved Damon, she may get distraught knowing that her sister was supposed to marry him. I was afraid that she would be angry with me. We never spoke about one other thing, and that's the fact that Damon was also the one to kill Anya. I wasn't even sure if Dante or Willow blamed Damon for any of it. I haven't seen the two of them have a normal conversation ever since that day. Dante has never been normal ever since her death. He keeps disappearing for hours and sometimes returning with bruises. No one knew what he's been up to, but we were all worried about him. He and Willow did not behave like a married couple either. He barely spoke to her, and they didn't even sleep in the same room together. Dante requested that she stay in a separate room despite being married to her. They were in a loveless marriage. I would have never wished for something like that for either one of them. I don't know why Anya insisted that he marry her. Maybe she feared that Dante would one day stop caring for her if he found his true mate. Perhaps she wanted to make sure that no matter what, he would be forced to protect Willow. I'm not sure what was her real reason, but this was the reality now. Eventually, Dante has no choice but to accept Willow as his wife. The rest of the day passed quickly, and I was happy to be home and away from all of the gossipers. There were too many eyes on us at the academy. It felt like everyone was constantly staring at us. If they were like this after Anya's death, what would they be like if they ever found out I was in love with Damon? I knew that's what Damon had always wanted to protect me from since the beginning. I sigh. He had his reasons, and I kept pushing him. I still didn't think that I was wrong. I was fighting for love. We have a family announcement. Grandfather says after gathering all of us in the family room. When he'd called for all of us, I had no idea what this announcement would be about, and I was still very clueless. As each of you knows, around this time, we always have a family vacation. He reminds us. I've discussed this with your parents, and I know it's been a very rough time for our family. We weren't sure if we should continue the tradition, but after much thought, we think this is for the best. You kids will be returning to our Flora Beach house this weekend. 2 days just to relax and remind yourselves why it's good to be still alive. Atticus quirks a brow. Aren't you guys going to be there? No, he answers him. Unfortunately, we have some business to take care of. That doesn't mean you should spoil your fun for us. You are an adult now. You can take care of yourself. You don't need us there. Is this really such a good idea? Dante asks, looking unhappy as usual. Yes, Dante, he tells him. This is a good idea, especially for you. I know you've taken the hardest hit between your brothers. As such, you need this trip more than anyone else. He doesn't look pleased, but he doesn't go against grandfather's words either. I guess that settles it, Autumn says with a bright smile. We're going to have some fun this weekend. Of course, fun. I couldn't wait. Clarissa. A family vacation. I wasn't sure if that's what we needed now, but it would be good to get out of the house. Maybe this could help Willow's mood improve as well. I was in the middle of packing for it. We would be leaving in a few minutes. It's a beach house, Autumn says, walking into my room. That means that I get to choose your swimsuits. I shook my head. Did you forget a certain tattoo on my body? I still couldn't let anyone see it. Besides, Damon already thought that I'd gotten rid of it. It's okay. That's why we have the cover-ups that you usually use. I have fancy ones that will have Damon's head spinning. She teases me. Autumn seemed to believe that Damon would soon confess his feelings for me, but I didn't think it would be that simple. And what about Willow? I ask her. We need to help her relationship with Dante. Those two act like they're strangers. I understand they were strangers before Anya died, but we must help them. Autumn nods. I've already been thinking of ways to help her. Dante's heart does belong to Anya, which means none of this is going to be easy. Willow would also feel like she's betraying her sister by being with Dante. However, I have noticed her cheeks turn red whenever he's close to her. I think there is a good chance that she has a little crush on him. Really? I ask, suddenly very eager to know more. Why didn't I notice that before? She laughs. Maybe because you're too caught up in your love life to notice anything happening around you. That was true. Was this a good time to mention the fire incident? I've kept this a secret from Autumn, and I don't know why. I hadn't told anyone that the fire had helped me to escape that day. How could I explain that fire helped me escape from itself? That made no sense to me, and I'm sure that it would make zero sense to everyone else as well. But Autumn has always been very understanding. She's also someone that I could easily trust. Out of everyone, she should at least know what happened that day. There's something I have been keeping from you, I confess, from everyone. She frowns and sets the bikini she was holding aside. You've been keeping something from me? She asks. Why? I thought we told each other everything. I swallow. I wasn't sure how to bring it up. I explain. It's something that has me a little confused and afraid. And it has nothing to do with Damon? She asks curiously. I shook my head. No, for once, it has nothing to do with Damon. Well, tell me, she urges me. What can be so bad that you'll consider keeping it a secret from me? I play with my fingers nervously. When someone set the house on fire, I was trapped. There was nowhere for my escape. The fire was closing in on me, and I was terrified that I wouldn't be able to return to stop the wedding. I hadn't even found the picture until something strange happened. The fire formed a pathway in front of me. I followed it, and it led me straight to the picture. It's only because of the fire that I was able to find it, and it's also the reason that I was able to escape. I know you might think that I'm crazy or abnormal, or maybe I hallucinated that day. I'm unsure of anything right now. You're not abnormal, Autumn scolds me. What about me? My father is some insane sorcerer that tried to take over the world. If anyone's abnormal, it's me. I smile. How do you always know how to make me feel better? She shrugs her shoulders. I can't say. It just comes to me naturally. But strangely, the fire guided you. I've never heard of anything like that before. But do you think it was also trying to help you that day? Damon found you in the forest? I frown. Why hadn't I thought about it before? I don't think it was trying to help. It had surrounded me and was closing in. It didn't make a pathway for me on that day, I tell her. Do you think I was hallucinating? I was surrounded by a lot of fire. The heat of the flames could have made me think I saw something that didn't even happen. She gently rubs my shoulder. Don't worry, we will figure this out. Atticus walks into the room and finds us deep in thought. Every time I see the two of you together, I get scared, he confesses. I feel like you're never up to any good. The two of you combined is a dangerous combination. We're not up to any mischief, Autumn assured him. You don't need to worry. At least I'll be able to keep my eyes on the two of you while we're at the beach house, he says in a relieved tone. Autumn rolls her eyes. You're being dramatic. Does anyone know where Dante has been sneaking off to? I ask them. It's been bothering me. No clue, Atticus answers me. I'm going to have to follow him one of these days when he least expects it. Whatever it is that he's doing can't be any good. He's not coping with Anya's death very well. Autumn sighs. It was always obvious that Dante loved her. He was the only one out of the three of you that didn't have eyes for another woman. Atticus frowns. The only one? Does that mean Damon had eyes for another woman other than Anya? Autumn and I freeze at his question. I know she didn't mean to let that slip out, but what were we supposed to tell him now? He already suspected that Damon and I were sneaking around, but now he knew Damon was interested in someone other than Anya. We were screwed. Clarissa! Damon walks into the room and he can sense the tension right away. I'm not sure if he was here to see Atticus or me. What's going on? He asks. I've just heard from Autumn that I'm not the only one who had eyes for another woman while dating Anya. It turns out you also did. Atticus answers him. Do you mind telling me who that woman is or was? Damon quirks a brow at him and shoves both hands in his pockets. I don't know what Autumn is talking about. Maybe she can enlighten the both of us. I'm surprised that Damon could act so calmly under these circumstances. I was already sweating profusely, and I wasn't the one being questioned. Atticus looks at his wife and waits for her to explain. I misspoke. She quickly says, I thought I heard Damon once saying that there was a girl he liked, but clearly I heard wrong. Maybe he was referring to Anya, and I misinterpreted what he said. I was kind of eavesdropping on the conversation. Atticus exhales loudly. If there wasn't another woman, why did you decide to end the wedding? Damon looks irritated by his question. Do we really need to speak about this now? I thought we all admitted that it was a good idea to forget about that. So many horrible things happened that day, and all I want to do is forget about it. Atticus gives up after listening to him speak. Forget I said anything. Is everyone finished packing? He asks as he takes a look at his watch. We need to leave in 5 minutes. Yes, we are all packed, Autumn says as she shoves more bikinis into my bag before zipping it up. Damon glances at me for a quick second, and I try not to fall on my face because of the hungry gaze in his eyes. When I looked up, Atticus was looking at me, and I knew my cheeks must be extremely red. I don't wait to give Atticus a chance to examine my reaction to Damon. Instead, I practically ran out of the room with my bag. Wait, Atticus calls after me. What? I ask him, praying it wasn't anything to do with Damon. We haven't discussed who's going in what vehicle, he answers me. Oh, I usually always went with Damon, but things weren't exactly perfect between us. If I went with him, the entire drive would be awkward. But if I acted like I didn't want to go with him, Atticus would know that something was going on between us. Clarissa will come with me. Damon answers him for me, just like she always does. Atticus nods and grabs Autumn's bag. Let's go. I follow Damon to his Jeep. Willow and Dante are already ahead of us. Who will Griffin be coming with? I ask. He already left behind Dante, Atticus informs me. He knows Autumn takes forever to pack. She playfully hits his arm before getting into the Jeep. Damon opened the door for me, and I quietly got in. I kept thinking that this wasn't a good idea. I could think of many ways that this could go wrong. I didn't know what to say or do to ease the tension between us. I tried to distract myself with the wind blowing my hair and the soft music on the radio soothing my ear. Even the moon looked extra beautiful tonight. Things would have been perfect if Damon and I were on better terms. I notice in the middle of the drive when his hands suddenly tightened on the steering wheel like something was bothering him. I'm shocked when he pulls over to the side of the road. What's wrong? I ask, concerned. His eyes are closed, and he has one arm over them. He raises his hand to stop me from talking. I just need a second. I waited there in silence until he finally pulled back onto the road. I'm not sure what the hell just happened, but I wish he would say something to me. Are you going to tell me what just happened? I ask him. His jaw clenches and he ignores me. Doesn't he realize by now that it irritates me when he ignores me? It was a simple question. Why couldn't he answer me? Damon? I ask again. No. He finally answers me. I frown. No? It bothered me that he'd just said no to me. I stayed quiet for a few more minutes until I couldn't control myself anymore. Why? I ask him. Why can't you tell me? He sighs. Clarissa, would you please just drop it? It's nothing for you to be concerned about. I narrow my eyes. I'm not going to drop it. I want to know why you had to stop the Jeep and looked like you were in pain. I'm not happy when we pull onto the driveway for the beach house. We were already here. I was disappointed that I didn't get an answer. You're not going to tell me? I try one more time. He exhaled and held onto the steering wheel even though we'd arrived at our destination. If I tell you, it will go against what you want. I don't want to do that. My forehead creased. What is that supposed to mean? You're not going to drop this, are you? He asks, tongue in cheek. I narrow my eyes. No. He doesn't say anything as he jumps out of the driver's side and slams the door shut. I lean back against the seat and close my eyes in frustration. I couldn't believe him. My eyes flew open when I heard footsteps. Damon opens my side of the Jeep and helps me to my feet. I'm confused when he leans closer to me. The reason I stopped is because of you. I held my breath, unsure of the point he was trying to make. Because of me? I ask quietly. His eyes are one of regret as he whispers, yes. Your scent travels much faster with the wind. It filled the Jeep. It consumed me. I had to stop. I had to stop before I lost all control. What? Damon, it all. I wanted her. I wanted her so much. Your scent is so addictive, I growl. Whenever you're not close to me, I feel like something is missing. And now I know what it is. Your smell. I want it on me. I wish I had perfume with it. And still, that wouldn't be enough. I watched as her cheeks turned to a beautiful flushed pink. She gasped when I leaned into her neck and inhaled deeply. I wanted to say more to her, but the sound of Atticus's jeep nearing us was all I needed to push away from her. I took her bag from the jeep and strode into the beach house. "Took you guys long enough," Griffin yells from the corner of the kitchen. "Already looking for food, typical," I shout back. He chuckles and walks out with a beer in his hand. "Want one?" No, I wanted the woman whose scent was still lingering in my nose. I still grab it from him. Maybe drinking would be able to help me with my need for Clarissa. I pitch the cover onto the counter before gulping it down. "Wow, someone's a little thirsty," Atticus says as he joins us with Autumn. "Have one," Griffin tells him. "We have enough for everyone." "Willow, do you want one?" Autumn asks her. I'm not sure why Autumn offered her a drink, but Clarissa definitely seemed to have a clue. Willow shook her head. "No, I'm sorry, I don't drink." Autumn smiles and leans into Clarissa. "A little longer with this family, and that will all change." Clarissa smiles. "Of course, just look at you, for example." Autumn grins. "I was speaking from experience. I can't take my eyes off Clarissa, no matter how damn hard I try. I knew this wasn't the best place to be so drawn to her, but I didn't know how to stop. I forced my attention onto Dante. He was my brother, and after Anya's death, he needed us more than ever. Things have been a little rocky between the two of us. I will always have to live with the fact that I killed the woman my brother was in love with. I knew Dante was angry, but I also knew that he didn't blame me. He knew I had to do it. He knew I had to save Clarissa. "Drink a beer," I tell him as I grab one from the fridge and hand it to him. "I'm good," he says. "Drink it." I try again. "You look like you need it." He grabs it from my hand but doesn't drink from it. "While you boys talk, we are going to get dressed in our bikinis," Autumn announces suddenly. I froze. Bikinis? I could barely make it out alive when Clarissa wore normal clothes. Now I was about to be tortured even more. It still bothered me that there was a possibility that she removed her tattoo of my name. Today I could find out for good. If she wore something to cover up her lower half, there was a good chance it was still there. "Come with us, Willow," Autumn tells her as she holds her hand. "We have something for you." Dante doesn't even look up as they drag her to one of the rooms. I know this isn't the best time to bring this up, but Willow is your wife, and you haven't shown her any attention since we got here. Atticus points out. Dante glares at him. "You're one to talk. You weren't that different when you married Autumn." Atticus sipped his beer, but I could tell Dante's words had hit a nerve. "While that is true, I was under a spell," he reminds him. "I didn't know that until a week ago, so technically, I wasn't thinking back then. You, on the other hand, know exactly what you're doing. Willow is going through the same pain that you are. You have something in common with her. Why don't you try opening up to her? She may need it more than you think." And so did Dante, even if he didn't realize it yet. If he had someone to talk to, it might help ease the pain. "You're a pain in my ass, Atticus," Dante growls as he finally opens the beer and took a sip. "I wouldn't be your real brother if I wasn't." He teased him. "Let's head down to the beach," Griffin says as he takes his shirt off. "The girls can join us when they're finished." That was a good idea. I needed that water to cool down my body and remind myself to behave. It was just 2 days. 2 days. I pushed the back door open and walked out into the white sand. I took a deep breath, and even the clean scent of the ocean was not enough to help me forget about Clarissa. Even this didn't beat the smell of her sweet body. "Whoever gets in the water last has to drink 10 beers. Griffin shouts suddenly when he's ahead of the rest of us. Dante shouts as he races after him. Atticus pushed me onto the sand, and I let out a string of curses. Of course, I was now the last one because of Atticus. They couldn't stop the laughter and applause as I jumped into the water with them. 10 beers. Griffin cheers. "I'll lay them all out for you." I splashed water onto his face and he grinned at me. "Atticus," Autumn shouts from the sand. "You're supposed to wait for me." "I'm sorry, sweetheart," he apologizes. "I had a bet to win with the guys." She rolls her eyes. Willow walked out behind her and Griffin whistled behind me. "Asshole," Atticus says as he taps him on his head. "That's your brother's wife." "You may want to tell that to him," Griffin replies. Dante isn't paying attention to either of them. He's watching her. actually watching her for the first time since Anya's death. He looks like he might need the 10 beers more than I did. I don't get the chance to examine his reaction because soon enough, I'm distracted when Clarissa walks out in a white bikini. On second thought, it looks like I'll be needing those 10 beers.